On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Joe Mixon, the ball.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And Murray, he's going to run with it himself. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And oh no, everybody on that sideline holding their breath as Kyler Murray is slow to get up here. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. If you don't get this ball, you think you won't get
this? From the gun, Jones. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, Jones. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella there to make the grab. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Good. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Christian McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Boston. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Boston. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Kill, kill, kill. No, no, no.
Now Jones off the play fake. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Oh, now Hopkins slow to get up here. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 5-4.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, he's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones flushed out right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Hopkins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
At the 22-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Boston. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Cardinals 14, 49ers nothing.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
3rd and 8.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Jones eluding the pressure right, looking for the end zone. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now, let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing on first down. Boston gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And now running right through him. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers.
San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey, 62 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down, Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Murray gets this one to Isabella, and he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Joe Mixon, 40 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
24, 49ers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Hassan Reddick able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26.
To run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. To throw on 3rd down, Boston. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Matt Wild.
Here's Matt Wild now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
3rd and less than a yard.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
The tackle made at the
now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
49er 1st down.
Off play action. Boston. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Operating from the gun, Boston, and he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
On the carry.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half.
7-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wild Card matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Starting the second half of the run by McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Boston. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And running room scarce. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Reddick in on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Boston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Boston. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Boston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try to hold that score at least where it is.
Number 28, Joe Mixon.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Jones. And that's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. 3rd down here. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the play fake. Jones. Flush. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Samson Abuka coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On the crossing route, complete. That's Hopkins. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Cardinals. 44 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Down and 10.
On 3rd down, Jones escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
On the keeper. Thrown away and incomplete.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
On the tackle. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
49ers 10.
The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked picked off at the 17. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
This is Mixon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 36-yard line.
They'll run here with Mixon. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. 3 yards the gain there, second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for, and it's third down.
7 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Boston. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Boston. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jalen Thompson picks it. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
28, Joe Mixon, the ball.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Once again, they run with Mixon.
33-yard line.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.